Hey guys, we are going to practice modeling today on computer screen from the 90s or early 2000s. I did this already. This is not my first attempt. And I already made a video on this as well. But since, every time you do that, you learn something new. And so today I was just for fun modeling this little guy, and it's of course not finished yet. But it gave me some good ideas, and now it's about time. Well, I want to remember certain steps, and so what I do is, if it's a little bit complicated, I record for myself an tutorial, but I can also share this with you. So I thought I'm gonna make for myself another practice video slash a little bit of a tutorial, but not really. So because I mix up a lot of words and so on, following me will be very difficult. So please do not consider this as a tutorial. But maybe you can, maybe it's interesting for someone, and it maybe gives you some ideas. Maybe, Okay, anyways, let's practice a little bit. Okay, what I basically do when I start creating something new and I'm not feeling completely comfortable with it, then I try to save certain in-between steps. So every cube you see is basically a step. So this is how I started this project, this guy. Wait a second. So for example, this is what we are aiming for today. And this would be cube 1. So this is just a cube. Let's just copy things accidentally. And this is step 2 already. I can see, what did I do? I see, I did something. And then next step is, so this is how I can remember a little bit of things. Also when I go back after a half year, that's what I think into this save file, then I can kind of understand. But anyway, a video is a lot better. So recording videos is much better than even, at least for me, than making those little steps. Because although they are cool, it's a little bit tedious and work to do that. Just anyway. So we're gonna start now. So we start with a basic cube, and this one we need to save. The reason I do that is, my very first modeling of my 15-inch screen looked very cool, but it's done in such a mess, in such a weird way, that it's, I wanna practice that, because I want to be able to reconstruct a good model whenever I want to, whenever I need to. So I would like to be able to do that very quickly and very efficient. And also I want to practice modeling low poly, not completely low poly, but I want to keep in mind that I want to try to create stuff which do not cause unnecessary performance issues. So that's also something I aim for, step by step. So it doesn't have to be like super efficient, because learning is difficult. But step by step, I want to try to improve on quality and try to improve on the performance. Okay, well, let's do another retro screen and another video recording. Okay, so first thing is very simple. We're gonna, what is this called anyways? Insert faces. Okay, good. We do this twice. The reason for that is, I believe we have, we're gonna use a bevel modifier like I did last time, only this time a little bit different. Anyway, the bevel modifier will influence this area here, and we don't want that. Anyway, we're just gonna model We're just gonna model. Okay, so we did this insert. What is this again? Insert faces. If you wonder why I don't know what it actually is, although I'm using it all the time, is, you know, I'm a visual guy, not a good reader, not I read this. I don't read much anyway. So with this one here, we did. Then next step would be simple, just subdivide. This time I want to subdivide this 20 times. That shall be sufficient. And now we're gonna go into this. We're gonna select the middle surface. Then we activate proportional editing. So now when we press G, the cycle here appears because we activated the proportional editing, and we can now make it bigger or smaller with our mouse wheel. Actually, it shows just the area which is affected. We just drag everything in this cycle area basically affects the drawing. Is it drawing? You know, this thing here. Yeah, this one here. So if we, you know, you can see that kind of now it's only affecting this area, and if you amplify, no, not amplify it. If boy, sometimes the words aren't coming. Magnify it. No, that's not the right word. If we no, forget about it. Sometimes the words do not come during the explanation. Later on, sometimes they come. Anyway, we're gonna try to make it the thing a little bit round. So we activate that, and now we try to drag it into the Y area, I think so. And I mean, it's up to us how much. Oh man, what am I doing? Yeah, that looks okay. So it doesn't really look like a screen right now. Maybe we overdid this, but it doesn't really matter in the end. It's practice and it's gonna be okay either way. So and if not, then we're gonna start from the beginning. So what? So let me just think for a second. What was the next step? I believe this one. So if we now press Control and plus, we can select everything surrounding the surface as much as we want. And I believe this one is now, we can deactivate proportional editing now. And this one we're gonna drag back like this. And you can see it already kind of looks like an screen, right? I mean, if you are born, I don't know, 10 years ago, then you don't even know what I'm building here, probably. No, it's not that bad, I guess. It's not that bad. Even young kids know what's going on. They always knew. Kinda. Not everything, but kinda. Okay, so we have this now. That. Let me just think for a second. The next step, what will it be? Ah, exactly. We wanna now we're gonna go into the this. Yeah, it's fine. Vertex groups, and we're gonna say plus a new group. First we invert everything, and now we're gonna assign those vertices. Oh no, that was nonsense. Now we delete that again. We only wanna wait a second, let me forget about what I just said. We're gonna do the same thing again, only that we are selecting that many polygons. Now we're gonna go into the vertex group again, plus, and assign this, and we're gonna call this or name this box. Very simple, whatever you want to name it, it's fine. And now we can basically go into this menu, call it bevel modifier. Name the name. We're gonna call it, yeah. We're gonna name it. We're gonna choose it. That's what I wanna say. You know, because I keep saying that I kind of also improve my English by recording videos in English, of course, and listening to English stuff. I'm not doing much practice anymore. I did this for a long time. But what happens very often is that I mix up some words very often. So that's always gonna be a thing, I guess. It's getting better, but very slow, extremely slow. Anyway, so we did this. We're gonna assign the bevel modifier. We're gonna limit the bevel modifier to the box, only the box vertices. Oops, what am I doing? So only those shall. Oh no, this is completely nonsense. I'm sorry guys, did I confuse you? We say inward. This shall be the box. So let's delete this again. Let's make a new one, assign, and name it box. Let's check this out if this works. Yeah, that's what we were looking for. Okay, good. We have now, when we now grouped a certain vertex area, and when we select them, the box is only this area here. So this is our box so far, and now we want to say the bevel modifier, this one shall only be used for the box we've selected just right now, and we limit them. So we limit this bevel modifier to the box. For that we're gonna say limit vertex group and box. Here we go. So this is what we want, what we're looking for. Now we're gonna go right click on the object and say shade smooth. That's something we should have done anyways. Let's go into this menu. It's a little bit better. And now I have to check that because I was very happy with the setting here. So we're gonna use absolute. I do not really, kind of start a little bit to understand what the difference between those are, but not really. So I, experiment still a lot, but I was very happy today with absolute and this value. We're gonna copy this, say absolute, and this one here, and segments 4. So, and now it looks a little bit smoother. The edges at least are looking smoother. Just mentioned, I'm not sure if I said this. I'm right now explaining some things, but that's also practice. Explaining some things is also practice. So I can only get better if I do this more often. And it's also fun. It doesn't really bother me actually. Really a lot of fun to do that. Okay, now we have this one and that one. It's safe between steps. So let me just think for a second. We have, yeah, you know what? What always helps me when I stuck a little bit, then I'm gonna give the whole thing a material. What we're gonna do here right now, we say the main material is fine. We just make it a little bit gray, a little bit shiny, so that it looks a little bit like plastic, just a little bit. And now we are selecting this area here, and this one shall be a little bit green, dark, like this one, and this already looks a little bit like a screen. Also, we can now see, we can maybe drag this a little bit back. Yeah. Okay, what is missing is it always helps for me for the illusion. Let's call it illusion. We need a black shadow here, or rim. So I just try to remember. I think we can try something new. I'm not sure if this will work, but I think I tried something like this today, but I'm not so sure anymore about that. Wait a second. We're gonna get rid of that. Okay, let's try Control and B. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Okay, and this area here we're gonna make black, also shiny. And yeah, that looks good, right? That's something I think, it's just such a small thing, but if you do that, it has such a big impact. So these things could cause some problems later on. And I also just see that maybe no, I don't like that. See, now the experimenting phase kicks actually in. Again, we are in the last this model we are name model Tommy, and the last model that's also recorded on this channel was model Jesse, I believe. I'm just giving them random names so that I know what I'm talking about. But I last time I had a problem with I overdid this, I believe. I subdivided it too much and so on, and also I used a bevel modifier where it's maybe not really necessary. Anyway, so next step would be, first of all, we're gonna make a copy of it. The next step would be just to make this a little bit like this. There is a reason for. I think that this idea came today to make it like to work like that. And now we're gonna insert this again. And if we press E for extrude and if we grab this and drag that a little bit, we're automatically getting this kind of thing. But maybe I'm not so happy with that. Let's see. And this is not really what I want, so we want to stretch it first a little bit. Not too, it shouldn't be too flat, you know, that wasn't a thing back then. We don't aim for, we're not looking for super accurate model. I keep saying that because it's important. But it should be, how did I do this? How did I do it here? Because I really like, yeah, I like that. It looks actually better in here, but the problem here is that later when we wanna make him, when we wanna give the object a stand, well, I thought maybe a different approach would be better, but I think we can. Let's get rid of this again. Maybe switch this a little bit. Yeah. Okay, and now we're gonna go like this here. Better. Well, maybe it could be better when if we make this here. Oh yeah, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. Yeah, good. And now we have, okay, it looks better, but the problem is really, I don't know, I think that's good, but still, no, it's kind of a problem if you want to make later a stand. The problem here is that it doesn't look when I make a stand like that. It doesn't really, I mean, not like that. We could make it better, but let's see. I cannot even describe what I actually mean, but even there is a reason for. Maybe. A second, maybe we're gonna tip. Oh. Yeah, that's good. What is it? This has to be like that. That's okay. We're gonna get rid of this edge here by dissolving that. Now we're in the phase where, you know, I didn't come this far today. But I think that is okay looking. Let me just, okay, we insert this here again. And we're getting rid of those edges here. We don't need them. Oh, maybe we do. It looks a little bit off. Ah, maybe it's because of the bevel modifier. I believe it's because of the bevel modifier. Yeah. But also we can just leave them. Maybe they are helping us for something. Wait a second, let's get rid of this again. Do this here. And then again. So, and this one we maybe do not need. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, now we have a playground here, whatever this means. Yeah. Okay. So this is coming in handy because I want to have, I can show you this, I want to have such a thing. So something like that, to be able to put some buttons into that. I kind of like how this looks, and so on. Yeah, but before that, before we do that, we make a copy. And now, a little bit off. I think it's fine. Okay, what else? Bum, bum, bum. Let's make the stand. We're gonna insert this again. Let's make it like that again. Check. And those things we do not need fully this time. Let me check something. Let's press. We're gonna select everything. We're gonna press. Do we do? No, nonsense. Right click and then merge by distance. Ah, okay. No, we have. We do not have any doubles. It doesn't seem that way. Okay, but why does it look off here? Weird. Probably the bevel modifier again. Yeah, so we have to keep that in mind. But right now, well, let's see. This one could be select, yeah. This is the box. Okay, I see. We wanna have select the box, but not this one. And also, oh wait a second. Select invert height. Now this one height. No, this one and that one. And this one too. Okay, this one height too. And now we're gonna we wanna actually adjust the box here a little bit, or limit the box. And we can, I don't know if it's in back or something, but we cannot change I cannot change the amount of vertices when I set this up once. So it seems every time when I assign certain vertices to that, I cannot change that anymore. But so what I usually do is delete the whole thing. So in this case, I'm selecting that, make another group, say assign, and name this box 2. And this one I delete just. So now I can rename this box, and now it should be fine. And still here, and it looks okay, I guess. So the good thing is now the bevel modifier is not affecting this area here, which is good because we want to make this to a round object. I just think we can subdivide it one more time and say we can insert this one more time and say subdivide. Let's make 10, maybe 20. because if we want to make this round, the more subdivide we do, the rounder the object becomes. Okay, we say 2 sphere. I really like this thing. First time when I encountered this option, I was thinking, oh man, that is so great. Okay, we delete the faces. I always do that. I keep saying that. I'm not sure if I have to do that every time after making stuff like this to sphere. I always delete the surfaces and then I make this one here. But you may don't even have to do that. Okay, we say, this is not important. We say F and we say extrude and S. How does this look here? What the heck? I wanted to go in the camera menu, but there is no camera menu, so. Yeah, another professional. Professionals wouldn't do that. Okay, so how does this look? Why is this so? You know, I almost, let me just, it doesn't affect anything, so let's say box again. Let me just check something. Sometimes I mix up some. Oh, it looks fine. And why is it? Let me just, see. Let's press this button here. Interesting. Let me get rid of this guy. I'm an idiot. I've seen it. Yeah, that sometimes I don't see it, guys. Sometimes I do not see that. Let me just go back. Simply I deactivated it. But you know, just wonder. Why does it affect this area too? It doesn't make any sense. Just select this again here. Let me, just in case something is off, let me just create the new ones. Not usually what I do, but today I'm a little bit, it irritates me that the bevel modifiers seem to have an effect on this underground, which should not be the case. I don't understand that right now, actually. So you see, when I activate, it's limited to certain vertices, but when I deactivate that, or maybe it's just a shadow I see, huh? Oh, no, it's fine. Okay, the bevel modifier doesn't influence this area here. That's good. Okay, then we're gonna say this one we name stand. I hope I can write that. Stand. I hope that's how we write that. If not, let me know. Check if this works. Yeah, stand works. We could do the same thing in here actually. Oh, there's also, you know, there's also this, we can just color select this one, and that one. And now that it's selected, we can go into this and we name this one here, assign it first, and we name it screen, screen, yeah, screen, just a screen. So if this is written wrong, yeah, can be, I cannot control that. Doesn't matter how much I practice, it's reading and writing will always be difficult. I'm better at this, but I'm not gonna, you know, just let me know if it's wrong. Okay, so next one is this one. That's good. It's still, I cannot even hide that. Interesting. Wait a second. Let me unhide everything. That's interesting. That's actually cool. I believe it's like that if you have hidden those vertices, and you, although we cannot see them here, but when we try to select them, we kind of see them. Then, okay. Anyway, I don't know what I was trying to say right now. Anyway, so this one here, stand. Put them down. So first is the box, then screen, then stand. Makes kind of sense, I think so. This one here we can hide too. Looks good. Okay. Hiding is also a good way to see which one you have properly adjusted and which not. So, okay, how does it look? Hey, look at that. It's not too bad actually, but also not really good. So I'm honest. Make this bigger. Hey, I've liked this a lot better than the other one. It's not perfect, but it's really not too bad actually. Okay. So let's see if this... Yeah, this is not good. Okay, it's not a bad idea actually, but it's also not that great. So what we need is basically this one here. Another one. Yeah, and now we have enough space, although I mean it kind of looks weird, but sometimes it does and you kind of get used to that. And also maybe we can use a modifier to make this a little bit look better. Okay, oh, we don't have to do that actually. We have already a stand modifier, so we're gonna use another bevel modifier for the ground. Bevel and absolute, although this may change as we say stand. And does this look better actually? Yeah, it gives us a better view on a better perspective, or we can see the edges a little bit better, but I still don't like it. Let's go back. Yeah. Drag this a little bit. You know, I also would like to be honest, I think the whole thing needs to be a little bit more in this direction, but we're just gonna fix this problem by making it bigger. And this is obviously too big, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's, well, kind of believable. Let's see how this would look if we add to that table or something. Yeah, you know, it looks like, to be honest, it looks like it would fall into the front thing. So, not that big of a deal, but next time when I design it, I should try to keep that in mind. So the question is, how do we change that? Would that be believable? No. Yeah, no, I don't like it. I don't like it. But I have an idea. I have an idea. I wanted to go a little bit round. So when the camera, we need a camera, I guess. When the camera is looking at this thing. Camera, where is it? Cameras here now. Okay, let's on the camera. And he good. So if we are looking from this perspective at the screen, then yeah, that's actually okay. We only later on we wanna make sure that this one is a little bit visible, the round thing, just a little bit, just enough to see that. Again, it's not perfect, but it's really tough to do that if you not doing it. You have to do it more often. That's what it is. Otherwise, it would not work. Okay, we're gonna get rid of the face, and now we just try to modify this back to our oh boy, where? I always get confused on this one here. So let's see, the problem here is a little bit that we are make a square, it has to be kind of, see, there is a little weird thing going on here. Yeah, there is a weird thing going on. So how do we deal with that? I have an idea. Let's try something like, no, this is not just a perspective thing, this is really the, I think it looks different because it wasn't really, you know what? Get rid of that. Let's get rid of the whole thing. The whole stand, I have no idea. Maybe not so much. Yeah. Maybe not so much. Dip. That should be sufficient. Okay. So let's make it even. Let's make it even. And also, I believe, maybe what if we making it like that? And what if we wait this for now? For later. That's interesting for later. Okay, let's insert this thing. Okay, let me just get rid of this one. So let's try to make this kind of thing a little bit even. So let's try to aim for something good, like 1.5 is good here, 1.5. Oh no, nonsense. Okay, no, it's good, 1.5. Okay, looks great. Then next thing, insert it again. Unfortunately, we have to do this again, I think. Okay, and this one we subdivide now 20 times. And to sphere. Get rid of the faces. We have to actually, otherwise gonna go near to the rim. Okay, one more thing is, let's make this, it's easier to grab if we have a surface here. This one here, we say this one is the new stand. Okay, let's see. Okay. Parallel modifier. It's fine, I don't want to use too many segments. Looks a little bit off here. As we squeeze that a little bit, but that's also okay. Can change this a little bit, but we have to make sure that we are not affecting Oh man, if you wonder why I'm always struggling with the Y and Z, it's because of the German keyboard. The Z, I have like a shortcut for switching the languages when I write in English, and then I have a shortcut for switching back. And sometimes the shortcut for that is Alt and Shift, and sometimes I accidentally switch the language, which means I switch also the keys, the Z and Y key. And then I struggle in Blender. And honestly, at the beginning, I thought I wanted actually to change you know what, that's okay for now. I wanted to change the shadow. I wanted to change the key settings for Blender, how we navigate, so that Z and Y is, you know, I wanted to use something different, but, and I say that also, I mentioned this often, I think it's really better to not change the key settings, since there are so many tutorials in the internet, and they all use the basic keys for that. So if they press something, it's better that you are pressing the same key for your understanding. So, and that's the reason I never changed that. But it makes me crazy from the beginning until now, because maybe I should, anyway, it doesn't matter. I got kind of used to that. And if I really wanna, sometimes I use just this one here. Gives me more control over all the stuff here. Anyway, so what we're gonna do now, we made the cycle. I think now it's okay. Yeah. You know, there's a top-down view and another top-down view, and I keep kind of messing around with those stuff. I always press the wrong button. Here we go. Okay, so we have to subdivide it again, so that I want to make a square, and it's difficult. Oh no, wait a second. I think we can do that. We have some points here. We can see this. Those guys can make. Let's get rid of the face. We can orientate on this one, that one, this one, and that one. Press F. Now we have a square. And now we want to fill the other stuff, but I also want to make sure that I'm not extracting anything else, so we're gonna hide the rest. Maybe we can do it like that. Let's see, we're gonna select the stand and press Ctrl I for invert and hide the rest. That's okay for now, at least. How do I go big? Oh no. Yeah. So we are gonna do that like this. Yeah, looks good, although not the safest way actually. We should, to make it safer. Oh, this one was new to me. Last time I learned that actually. So sometimes you have the whole thing, you don't want to see all those lines in this menu at least, and usually you don't see hidden stuff. So I hid everything. You can see those stuff is hidden, but it's still visible for some reason. If this happens to you and it freaks you out, it's just because you still have the modifier on, one of those modifiers, or all of them. So we just turn it off and you see they are disappearing. So that can be very confusing when you learn. So it confused me last time then. And I figured it out, but I'm not sure if I explained it well, that I understood the reason for it. I don't think so. Okay, we're hiding. Are we gonna hide only those? So, okay, yeah, that's good. So now we have a safe way to go, which means basically, if we do it safe, that means we are not selecting unintentionally other vertices. We can also do it like that. Yeah, that makes even more sense. That's pretty good. Just let me see something. No, that's nonsense. Okay, we just want to fill this, but this is already filled. So you can see this here. That was That was actually not wise. But then again, that's how you learn. Okay, so we filled it, we made a square out of the cycle. There probably is a better way for, because there's always a better way for Blender. But I couldn't find, I looked up for that. There's, I don't even remember the video where I watched a guy and he showed the two sphere stuff. But I forget what it was, what the title actually was, something like tips or something. Anyway, but I think even he spoke, I'm not sure if he did, but he, at least he said there is a two sphere thing, you know, like I did. And maybe he said something to make it backwards again, but I was so happy to find the sphere thing, I stopped the video and tried it already. And then I got lost. Anyway, so we have now this one here. Let's unhide everything. And it looks completely screwed up. That's great. Well, maybe this helps. A little bit. A little bit. I think that the mistake I made is... This one we can turn off. Is we have to insert it again. Let's do this. Let's get rid of this. Yeah, let's insert E. See. Okay, there we made even a bigger mistake. We have to do this again. Let's get rid of the faces and them too. I tell you why. Hold on. First of all, let's get ready to rumble. There's a new Space Chimp movie coming out. Anyway, why do I tell you? Why not? Why not? That's the question. Okay, let me deselect this one, that one, and now we hide everything. Oh, and this one, now we hide everything. Okay, so problem was, in order to avoid those glitches, we have to make another circle, I believe so at least. So E extrude, S for scaling down, and then this one here. So this will hopefully prevent more glitches later on. Well, we will see about that. Okay, let's do the same thing again. We can actually disable those so that we are not getting confused on them. Interesting. I have to see it again. Okay, good, fine. Well, it's okay. We can select them for the orientation. We don't need to select those, but we can better orientate on that. So to make a square. Okay, now we can deselect those guys here. Oh. And also there might be even, I mean, I guess there is an in Blender thing to do that. Wait a second, we need to hide the other ring, the outer. We cannot select those guys. What the heck? Well, there is a solution for that too. I'm just a little bit confused. Why do we... Where the heck am I actually? Okay, we can hide them now. We don't need those. Yeah. That makes it easier, I guess. I hope so. Okay. It worked out, but let's see. Oh, it really looks good. Okay. But that's not good. Wait a second, we have to maybe... Yeah, this one we have to insert. Unhide everything. It looks a little bit better than before. Let's save. And now E extrude as scale down, then like this. Now we can make a bigger, better stand, less glitchy. And stuff. Oh, look at that. I like it, but it looks stupid. That's the reason I like it, probably. Yeah, but this is exactly the thing. If I, the problem I know myself, if I wouldn't record that, I would struggle in a half, yeah, to remember those steps. It's, I believe, almost impossible, especially if you do a lot of different stuff, and I do. Stuff like this I like, kinda, modeling, but what I like better, a lot more, is the extrude scaling down. That's also I like, extruding stuff. Now what I like is just listening to music and doing something, creative in terms of, I don't know what I'm creating. That's the best. This is one of the best things in Blender. I just enjoy that very much. So, and because if you create stuff, you don't have really a image on how it shall look in the end. You are free to do whatever you want, and that's good. You can, just create what you want. There's no reason to make it perfect. So, I like this version better, but it's not really looking good in here, right? So we're gonna get rid of this one. And also a little bit weird on the one hand, I say it doesn't have to be perfect, and then I kind of aim for that. Well, the reason is simple. It's still not perfect, even if I get rid of those stuff. But I need to understand certain things. When I'm interested in, that's the thing. If it's interesting to figure out what causes it, and if you want to know that, then investigate if it's fun. But if it's just boring and it's kind of depressing, then take a break, do something creative, and also it's fine. What I mean is basically it doesn't matter. I don't know. I got lost. Hold on. Okay. What I mean is set your own borders. That's the most important thing. So if you think you are ready to improve certain steps, do it. But if you are learning and you want to try to immediately get the best results and following step by step a tutorial and try to hit exactly what the guy in the tutorial is showing you, forget about that. That's frustrating and it probably is not working out anyways. But if you set your own goals, you just want to try to get as similar, as close to the original as possible, I think that's a good way to go. Then it's fun and you want to improve. I promise you that. So keep it fun, basically. I mean, this guy is not perfect by any means, but it's incredible that I can do that meanwhile. So and I'm so happy about that. So I can see the improvement. That's also a thing with Blender. You see your own improvement very well, and you're getting better because you can see it for yourself, and that's very well for people like me who need a lot of visual feedback. Very good. So I mean, this guy. I forgot to squeeze him down actually. So if you do that here, it kind of squeezes everything. Yeah, this is something maybe I should think about later. So if you squeeze him down, it's actually fine and nothing really happens. It's okay to do that, but I think it makes even more sense to do it a little bit in an earlier stage. Yeah, so I think I missed this kind of, I should have done this a little bit earlier, but it's, whatever. And it's like that. It's also fine. But now we should do that, because if I want to change this here, if I want to make some let's get rid of this one. I want to stretch this a little bit more. So again, camera, that's too much. Now we really need to see that. Okay, that's fine then. We really need to see the round thing as well. It's important. Okay, so the extrude scale. Oh no, we don't want to use this one here. I think that's a good example. If we use the extrude S for scaling down, then we scale down like this is, you know, here's more space and here's less space. There are different options. Maybe you can get rid of that in different ways, but an easier way is really to use, in this case, this guy here. It's more symmetric. See? Now it's exactly the same amount. And even if you do not, if you want to change multiple surfaces, and sometimes you cannot do that, you have to do it step by step, then what you could do is scale this guy down and copy this value here. So every time you can then, let's get rid of that. I can now scale it down like this and paste the value into that, and we have exactly this kind of thing. Anyway, so extrude now, we're gonna go inside. And that looks good. And now we are, yeah, I think model Tommy is almost done for this part. Do this again. We subdivide it now. Wait, no, maybe not like that. We are invert everything. Height, this one here. We're gonna name it, give it a new name. I think it's influenced. Not by that, but probably by box. Yeah. And that's something we don't really want. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna deselect that. Or I think it's even easier if I select that, plus again, and plus again, I believe. So this one we name, what is it? Button. Let me check how to write button. Hold on. Okay, button. So let me write it. Button. No, probably not like that. But look at that. Button. Okay. It's really hard for me to remember those stuff. I don't. It's my brain is not good at this at all. But it's good for other things. A lot of things. So that's good. Okay. Did we assign that? And now we are checking this out. Okay, only this is affected. What about that? Select. Yeah, here we go. We don't want that. So what we're gonna do is say button, select height. Now we press A to select everything else. And this one delete, and we say box sign. That was weird. Something what happened right now. I don't know what. Okay, let me check this out again. Box select. Okay, I have to go back. Something happened. See, button is not even okay. Something I screwed up, but that's not really important. We have to do this again. So stand. Let's unhide everything just to have a better overview screen. Height. Okay, stand. Screen. Height. Stand. Select and height. Now box. Select. Okay. Good. Okay, this one again. Them. Assign. This one shall be button. Let's try this again. Button. Correct? Just check this. Button. Yeah. Okay. So assign. And now let's hide this. This time we're gonna name it box 2. Do this again. Tip. Okay. Okay, that's important because we don't want to affect that, since we want to try to control an eye. Okay, this one we want to, no, nonsense, split in multiple things. The reason for that is simple. We need something. Oh man, sometimes my brain is just stuck in a loop. Okay, this one. Oh, this is a good example. So if you wanna, sometimes you wanna select both, right? And then you wanna squeeze them down, but not like that. So one good thing to make sure that it's even, it's like scale it down a little bit. Then say whatever does suit you. Maybe 0.5 is a good value. No, this is not a good value at all. Like this one. Okay, just copy this value and then select this one, paste this value here, and now they're both equal. Okay, now we can subdivide them. 10 is okay in this case. I think even, yeah, 10 is okay. Let's see if this works to sphere. Yeah, I thought so. Okay, let's see. We want to make buttons, you know, that's the thing. Get faces delete. Same thing in here. Oh, I forgot something, but it's okay. No, it's fine. I was just thinking. So faces, okay. Now then, bam, beam, boom, bam. Okay. F. That was completely no, it wasn't completely nonsense, but a little bit. Okay, let's do this again. That's very important. Otherwise, we have some glitches. And now extrude inside first. Do this again. Maybe a little bit bigger. No, just a little bit. Yeah, that's okay. But I'm not sure if I'm accidentally. I wasn't sure anymore. Anyway, extrude. Let's go back, and then just, yeah, that's okay. Extrude, and here they are. Good. That looks cool because those guys control plus. Maybe another one plus, or those guys will become. They're gonna get the emission. Oh, by the way, there's also here an emission thing. Also usable as in we have to assign the color first. This one here could use works as an emission too, but for the overview, if you really just want to emission those guys and not changing more, and we don't want to do more with that, just the emission shader. It doesn't have to look like glass because it's glowing. It shouldn't be too detailed. It's fine. We just say emission. It's easier for the overview, so you will also remember that. And 3 is a good value. It's not too much, not too less. It's always kind of close. It doesn't look so good in here because, and I think now I made a mistake. Yeah, that's for sure, because I wanted to squeeze this guy, right? But we didn't. And so when we squeeze it now, then we're facing the problem that also those are affected. I kind of forgot that. So what could we do? Let's see. Maybe we can do it just here. But if we do that just here, I believe that causes some problems. Yes. I mean, so we should have done this a little bit earlier. So this guy is just very the same. How could we solve this problem? How could we squeeze this guy without affecting the other stuff? How could we do that? See? They are kind of bent now. You know what, it's not that big of a deal. It would be, let's make a copy of that. It would be if it bothers you, but it is not really important for our practice thing. And for some things, we can even make use of it, and you will never see it, if you don't know it, you don't see it. And if it really bothers us, then we can get rid of that and do it again. Because we're gonna do this once at least. And sometimes, you know, those little lights, sometimes they were a little bit squeezed. I remember. The most important thing is that we can get rid of that if you want. I want to show you this because we have to do this anyways. We need a power button. But I'm not so sure if I want to have a round power button. Okay, let's make another round in here. So if you want to do the round thing again, then it's really wise to do this one here. I believe so. Let's try this if this is right. Sometimes I say things because I start to believe in what I say. And then I realize, no, I still encounter some problems. Nothing wrong with feeling confident. Sometimes it's good. You cannot always doubt yourself. You're crazy. But unfortunately, it happens very often that I think that's how I do it, and then I realize, oh no, I cannot do that. Because we made it symmetric looking, we can now make another square, and it should look fine. It looks a little bit off because we have this one here. It's a little bit weird, but it's still not looking good. And I think the reason this time for that is a different reason. It should be symmetric, but it doesn't, right? So let's get rid of that. Let's check this again. Length here. That looks symmetric, right? Okay, let's say object apply. Whatever this is doing, it's too hard for me to explain that, and I don't honestly understand it fully. I think I do, but I'm not completely. We say apply all transform, just simply in the object mode. Object apply all transform. So whatever we did is hopefully helping us. Well, we will see, no? So subdivide 10 again, to sphere, and voila. Isn't that great? And this is something I have to figure out myself, and you always figure out yourself. You can bet that somebody else did too, which is good, which is awesome. But it's also a rewarding feeling, you know? So when I say I figured this out by myself, this is true, but I also watched a tutorial about something similar, not the same, something similar. The guy did this, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna try this too. So that's how I figured it out. So it's not completely myself, that's for sure. Nothing is completely myself. That's impossible here, Blender. How the heck do you? I don't think there's anyone who taught themselves everything else, because some things you don't even know where to look. And tell me how you're gonna figure stuff out if you don't even know where to look by yourself. This doesn't exist, I'm so sure. There are intelligent people outside, but everybody benefits from the YouTube tutorials or somebody who helped them learning, that's for sure. But still, if you think something could work and it works out, it's a very rewarding feeling. Good, we have here a button ball. I just did it for showing you that it's still possible to make a round object, but what do we do? A power button, I guess. Well, then this guy shall be our power button. Or whatever button. Have an idea. Is this a matrix anyways? I believe so, but I could be not. It's hard. Wait, there's a way to check that actually. So let's check this out if this is familiar. I don't think something is off again. It's round enough to check that. It's right round enough. Okay, this is 4, 3, and this is yeah, they are definitely different again. And why is that? And that's interesting. Let's figure this out. Let's figure this out. What happened here? I believe it looks okay here. Oh no, it's okay. No, it is the same. It just looks different. Okay, that's probably our viewpoint. Okay, no, it's fine. It is symmetric. Okay, everything is the same. It looks sometimes off because you can change also this kind of thing here. Don't see. Now we have a different view. It's kind of the FUV from games. If you want to have a conspiracy theory, you know, comparison. Yeah. Okay. So this can sometimes causing you know some little headaches, but it's fine. So what we're gonna do now is yeah, this one and then that one, and now we're gonna select this guy and that guy, every second one, and now we let Blender repeat that. We hold Control and Shift and plus. Every time we press the plus button, we can actually hold it, but so we have now selected them. That's a little bit over the top because now we are actually creating more little, you know, details which we do not need, like, at all. It's completely nonsense actually, but I want to do it because I can. See, kind of looks like something. Is it really necessary? I don't know. So, and it doesn't look perfect because we need to give him a different material that will have a great effect on the whole thing. See? It looks already better. Not perfect, but better. Important is... Ah, interesting. Important is... Oh, my keyboard is falling apart. Sorry, guys. Also, sorry if there's someone in the void. The only one I know who is also in the void, but not really. It's John Oliver. So... it's a funny guy. Also very intelligent and extremely humble. But I think he, you know, it's good to be humble. It's very good, but you have to. Anyway, let me apply this here. Or maybe another material. Anyway, so what we want to do is, oops, is this selected here? It is. What is it? Oh, that's good. There was close. We need to. But I know. I forgot this. Wait, hey man. The way I unselect stuff is by clicking into the void again, but it's not a really good way to do that actually. It's just a stupid habit, I believe. So this one we make dark. Will just look better. Maybe we should even make this one here dark too. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, let's make this dark too. Oh crap. So. Oh man. So. What the heck? Sometimes it's just so weird. It just doesn't work. What the heck? Okay, wait. It's okay. Oh man, I'm sorry guys. Okay, but I just realized something. This is something we can do too. And this is not dark at all. So that's better, but the whole thing here looks kind of screwed up actually. Can we make this? What the heck am I doing? At all? Not too bad actually. Yeah, this one we're gonna make dark as well. So, yeah, okay. But I tell you something, I do not like those things. That was just something that was just something I wanted to try. And it's good to try some things, but sometimes you realize you don't like that. And oh no, doesn't work this time. Good, then we have to make it manually. That's okay, whatever. Yeah, they look bigger, and they probably are. Anyway, we cannot deal with probably because of the way we squeeze those things. Anyway, yeah, that's better. Sometimes it's just too much, you know. It's like when you draw something. Sometimes you have a good drawing, and then you work on it and you ruin it, but not really. If you think like that, then you're never gonna finish a drawing. Okay. That's a good power button. Maybe no, it's not a power button. This guy could be something like I remember, like little joysticks to adjust your screen. We can actually make that. I mean, why not? So now we have like a little button which you can press to the left, and then it's quiet or something. Maybe it wasn't a thing. Maybe I just think it wasn't. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you can really spend much time for that. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Let me just go on this minute. This is also, you know, that's the good thing. If you did this once, then you wait a second. Select. Yeah. Maybe we should do that here too. Yeah, let's do that. Now, what the heck? I cannot. Doesn't work anymore, guys. I cannot select the whole things. Sometimes it's just not possible for whatever reason. I don't. But this one works, so that's good. And again, my keyboard is falling apart. That's great. Yeah, this is a really cheap keyboard. I kind of like that. I bought that in Poland. I don't want to say that that's the reason. For sure not. It's me, because I bought a cheap keyboard. And it doesn't matter where you buy a cheap thing, it always is kind of nonsense. So it has nothing to do with Poland. By the way, I'm from Poland actually, but I speak German. My mother language is German. Okay, and you know what, let's hide this. I kind of lost here in this way. Something is weird. Anyway, what we want to do is basically just select this one here. this one, but not this one, only give it a new material. Yeah, that looks already better. Just a little bit of color here and something there, and it looks better and better. It doesn't really look like shiny because you have to turn this one here on. So it looks already, this looks better. Well, becoming something, huh? Good. Next thing is light source. Don't wonder it's 500 watt. The thing is, I do not know how big it actually is, but the size doesn't matter. We can always scale it down. Okay, then now let's make a power button. Power button shell. I like the way my very first looked, and although the thing doesn't look the same. Big power button is just a cool thing. Okay, first, before we have to do this again, this one we're gonna give it a material to assign black. So, and this one and oh, we can use that actually this time. Okay, we're gonna give it a new material. Oh, I forgot to assign it. Yeah, the subsurface stuff, it's good to create a little bit of plastic. We can also give it a noise thing. I did this in the other part, a noise texture and so on, so that looks more detailed, but it's really not necessary actually. Not right now. Maybe in the cycle render later if you wanna do that. Or shall we do that a little bit? How late is it actually? I don't know. Okay. What is also always good is if stuff having names. For example, the power, I luckily do know how to write that. Okay, first of all, let's make it properly solidify them. Then a font we can do later. I would say we're just gonna name it power. And give it a texture, a material. Sometimes say texture, it's not sure. Texture is texture, material is material, but you know, I don't know. That's sure, it's important to say the right word, but it's also good to make mistakes, especially on the internet. That the problem is that there's so many people, somebody will be upset about that. That's the thing. Someone will say, oh, that's not how we do that. How dare you speaking to me? What? And so on. Good, so let's see, let's play around with those values. See, I'm a little bit irritated. I believe we have to. Let me just, sometimes when nothing happens, you know. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Something is off here. Something where if nothing happens, either I have like a brain blackout, which is usually the case. No, this is the case actually. that's always the reason. There is no other reason. Button. Okay, let's see. Let's check this out. So like, see, there's nothing. Oh, great job, Lucas. Well done. Okay, no problem, guys. We can, you know, luckily my brain is compensating a lot of stuff. Although I don't think this will work out. No, I think we have to deselect those little things here. This one, that one. I don't even know how this happened, but you know, it always happens. I always make some minor mistakes there. So in German, there's a word for that. It's people say Leichtsinnsfehler. Means if you make an error which is easily avoidable, but you're still kind of doing it, it also is a little bit. Is the laziness involved? I don't know. But to me, it's more a focus thing. Sometimes I cannot be focused all the time, especially if I talk. If I do not talk, I can really well focus for a short period of time. So 20 minutes I can do being extremely focused. But after 20 minutes, I believe I start, you know, the chances for mistakes are increasing. So, okay. So we see that this is a nonsense video. Yeah, that's better. So that looks fine. Hey, it looks already better than the other version. I mean, in terms of, I think the quality this time is better, and I did not overdo it with the bevel modifier like last time. So that's good. Overall, also the back looks better already, although we can maybe squeeze that, or squeezing cans result in some problems, so we should make a copy of that. So, you know, on the one hand, there's probably no one seeing that video, at least not fully. But maybe it's good because I don't want to become the guy who makes screens all the time. That's cool sometimes, but I really enjoy creating like, you know, universe stuff or just weird stuff. I like weird stuff. Creating is just so much cooler. Those stuff is cool too because you learn a lot. You learn so much, and that can, you know, really improve the. That's bullshit. Sorry, that's nonsense. What I just did. Oh, if you wanna, sometimes you have like I don't know what that called. This kind of line when it's like the grieving. You struggle to squeeze it. Sometimes you have to change that. If you go into the normal, we can now do the same thing again here, and you see it's symmetric now. So experiment with those stuff, you know, in terms of if you learn that, try to experiment a lot. So yeah, now it looks like a microwave. I don't know what I'm going for right now, actually. Yeah, that's okay. So we leave it like that. Not perfect, but you know, the good thing is I'm able to do it faster. Quality is also better, less glitchy. And so you're getting better step by step. Every time you're doing it, you learn a little bit. Sometimes it seems you're learning nothing, but believe me, at least you maybe remember certain steps better. That's also a step. You know, maybe the end product is the same or worse, can happen, but you learn, you know, little options better. That's always good. Color is not really nice. Hey, look at you, my good friend. How do you look? You look like so awesome. How did you do that? How did you do that? We're gonna copy a power button. And this guy will become this guy will become model Tommy. So I'm Tommy, and this will go up. What the heck is that? Children. Yeah, I accidentally opened the quicks thing. Shift G. Select grouped. Don't even know what that stands for. So Also, what I want to try is you can, with the particle modifier, you can create actually nice looking, you can make your own, LARA, is this an English word too? With the particle modifier, you can model a flower, and with the particle modifier, you can actually duplicate it in a very cool way. You have to be, this is also a very fun thing. It's also a little bit new. And so you can create a nice landscape with that. But the problem is if I do that with the particle modifier, that's nice and so on, but I want to also have like the flowers look different and so on. So last time I saw tutorials, somebody talking about, and I forgot it again, there's so many videos outside about so many stuff that you can group. This is why I pressed the thing that you can group stuff, and then you can use the particle modifier for the whole collection. And I think that's good if you want to have like not that every flower is looking the same thing, you know. That's what I actually try to say. I'm sorry that sometimes it takes so long. So Tommy. So this is part 1. Although I mean I want to make a thumbnail actually, so if you wonder what I'm doing right now. Tommy. Should maybe say model. Is it model? You know, let's leave it like you can tell me that. Sometimes I'm not sure. I think it's like model, but I'm not so sure anymore if this is the German or English. Tommy, and then we name it like retro, like retro 90s Tommy. Yeah. Green. So this is the one thing, and if you see, technically it's not really fitting well, so we can actually make this look better. We can use a shrink modifier, say here, and see now it's fitting into the, you know, it's following the banding here. And now we have to also use the solid modifier. And does this help? No, maybe we can offset the whole thing a little. Is it perfect? No, but maybe it's enough for the illusion. Project me. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that looks awesome, doesn't it? Huh? Yes, let's go big. This is maybe why is this not working here. Oh, you know what? Let's go to absolute. Let's just focus. Focus on what the heck am I doing? This is the same thing. This is the same thing. I see. I thought there for some reason I thought I have like two. Like I have like two. Let me just try something. Is set. Okay. Words, but it's one object basically. So let's go back. So this again. And now, maybe it's because we have to do it vice versa, the opposite around. Let's try this, this one first. And now we are using the solid modifier. See here, this was the problem actually. See, again, maybe that's encouraging you if you learn stuff. And I mean, again, I don't expect so much, and I only say that because, you know, because I feel stupid a little bit, which is okay. Otherwise I wouldn't do that, but I have to mention that all the time. I don't want to have a lot of viewers actually, and wouldn't feel comfortable, but just enough to, you know, to not feel stupid. Although I think I always feel the same way, that it will never change. Okay guys, we have now the retro 90s. I think there's something off here. Retro 90s has to look like that. Let's see if I can press the right key here. Yeah, 90s. Retro 90, retro 90. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, shall we take a look how this looks in the cycle render? With the denoising, oh we maybe don't even need denoising. We don't have so many. Okay, let's check this out. Yep. OBS is currently active. No, I don't want to. I accidentally clicked something. Let's say no, I don't want to do anything. So I was just worried about a recording. Open Broadcast Software is the tool I use to record the whole nonsense here, and it's running on the second screen. I sometimes accidentally I actually like that 0.02, and this is just for the rendering here. That's not really important, but why not having a nice table? For the thumbnail. The thumbnail might change later when I realize something is written differently and I have to change that. Then I also sometimes change other stuff, so don't be confused if this doesn't look like the same. Okay, good. I think it's also good for the rendering to. Now we can actually adjust them, put them, how do I say that? Stick those stuff, other stuff. You can always stick an object to another object. It doesn't matter what it is. So we selected everything, and this is the yellow is the main select right now. Is now when we you know what? Maybe next time. Okay, I'm gonna show you this. We have, for example, here the table, right? And the screen. So if I select the table, and then that's the most important thing, then the screen, then this one becomes, the orange is the sub selected version, the second selected version, and the yellow selected thing is the main thing. So if we now press Ctrl and P, we can say object keeps transforming. That means we are sticking that to this object, and it also, so when we now move that around, the table moves with it, but it's still an own object. It's not, you know, we can still cancel this relationship if you want. But also we set it shall, we use this one here, keep transforming. So whatever, if we squeeze the main screen like that, also the table squeezes. So it follows the same thing. Okay, that's that. Good. Let's render that for saving, and then wait a second. I think this guy here is in the way, but maybe it's a good idea to have something like this one. It kind of shows in the thumbnail later. Well, this is how you started that. Unbelievable. I don't think that will happen, but maybe, who knows. So yeah, good guys. Let's render this nonsense here. Let's see how this looks in the final render. And actually, I'm already happy because I have no glitches and so on. So that's good. That's really good. So this is a lot better than the other version in terms of, it's not perfect. You can see I'm not so 100% happy, but at least I have less polygons, probably, very likely. Some better performance. It looks pretty cool. And let's see how many vertices we have here. I believe, yeah, only 1,000. That's a lot less because I didn't select everything I made yet. 1,800 approximately. And if I now apply those modifier, see now, it's like 3,100. So that's approximately the half of the last time, with the same result, basically. So it's to me it's a huge step to better performance. So that was worth actually recording the whole nonsense here already, at least to me. Good guys, maybe it was interesting to you. If somebody watched it far, thank you very much. That's super cool. And have a nice day. Stay safe. We see us probably, maybe, who knows. Yeah, that's about it. Until the next weird thing I'm gonna record. Bye bye.